I felt very secure with these men. I felt that they really did take their job seriously. They were very well trained. I didn't want to take any outrageous risks, but there wasn't going to be a story if we just sat in a helicopter watching other people land. This is in Colombia, in the city of Cúcuta, near the Venezuelan border. It's 2002. I was actually there covering the Colombian elections that really changed the destiny of the country after civil war. The change of government had just happened, but the US-financed war against drugs, against the production of cocaine in Colombia was well underway. I was given access to US-financed Colombian Army anti-narcotic police, and that's what this image shows. It's an interview with a bunch of young soldiers just before they're about to go on a mission to blow up cocaine labs, and that's what we went to do. We would fly in squads of 3 Blackhawk helicopters with them, and they had designated on the map where they were going to land to blow up these coca-paste labs, coca-paste being the base element of cocaine production. It all had to be done very quickly in this kind of almost a video game-like choreography of one helicopter hovering above, another one going down to secure the area, and then the third landing and deploying the troops who would actually go and blow up the lab. It was intense and so fast. It was just hard to keep up with the action. I think the cameraman, this brilliant guy out of Mexico City, who was a staff cameraman for ABC News, and the sound man, didn't stop rolling the entire time because we were on the ground for about 12 minutes. And I just remember the words "vamos, vamos, vamos," and we followed the troops as they jumped out of the helicopter into the mud. We slid down on our butts to the valley floor a couple of hundred yards down. The sound engineer was about 5'5", and the river was probably 5 feet deep. And we just had to go through in our clothes and carry all the equipment. I remember grabbing Javier, the sound engineer, with the cameraman and helping him across the river and grabbing his sound mixer, which was going to get wet, and holding it above the water as we went to the other side. We ran up the banks and we ran a couple of hundred yards, and there was this grass-thatched shelter where they were producing coca-paste. There's one image here. It's quite grainy because it's a very early digital camera. It's 2002. But if you look, you can see a flame in the distance. And what's happened there is that one of the army guys, one of the commandos, has thrown a grenade into the shelter, with gasoline all over it, and it exploded. It really was dramatic. And it happened so fast. And then the whole thing burst into flames. I quickly shot my on camera while this is happening. We shot footage of it all going up, and it was vamos, vamos, back to the river, back through the river, back up the hill. The helicopter lands, and we're on, and literally it was 12 minutes from landing to destruction to back in the air. And that was the story. One of the things that I learned while I was on this assignment is that the economics of extreme poverty in a place like Colombia really push people into growing coca. And the reason is that it has 3 crops a year. Bananas, coffee have 1 crop a year. And so in a country where you have to pay a few dollars to send your child to school, a few dollars for the books, where everything costs money that is very scarce, and you're living a subsistence life, you need as much as possible just to scrape by. So for me, there is zero glamour when I hear people talk about cocaine. The association of cocaine and cool just doesn't connect for me because I've seen up close what the consequence is.